Hello everybody. So today we are going to be covering section 7.6. It is the last section for chapter 7 and the last section we're going to cover before our test on Friday. So just a heads up, there will be no videos on Thursday. It will just be review day. So let's go ahead and get started with some notes. So today we're going to be talking about quadratic inequalities. So this whole chapter we've learned more about quadratics, so now we're going to take it a step further, and now we're going to learn about inequalities. So what is an inequality? Like, what is a quadratic inequality? It is if it's just like, instead of equals 0, it is either greater than or equal to, greater than, less than or equal to, less than 0, right? So it just, instead of an equal sign, it's replaced by an inequality. So we're going to recall that the graph of a quadratic function that's defined by f of x equals ax squared plus bx plus c is a parabola that opens upward or downward. And remember, it's determined if it's upward or downward by looking at a. So if a is positive, it's upward. If it's negative, it's downward. So when the inequality ax squared plus bx plus c is greater than 0, it is asking for what values of x is the function positive. So when is it above the x-axis? So same thing when it's less than 0, it's asking for what values of x is the function negative, or when is it below the x-axis. You'll see this more. You'll see what I mean when we start doing examples. But before we do examples, I'm going to cover one more thing, which is the definition of a boundary point. So what is a boundary point? It's the boundary point of an inequality consists of the real solutions to the related equation and the points where the inequality is undefined. Right? So, for example, the boundary points say, like if, oops, I should get a pen. So if it was like x plus 4 less than 0, so remember when we did linear inequalities, our boundary point, so we would have solved this and we got x less than 4, our boundary point would have been 4. Right, so that's what a boundary point is. We'll also talk about that more when we do an example. Over here, I also have steps for solving inequalities using the test point method. So this method, or these steps, are the same steps when we tested for the absolute value inequalities. Right? So the next video we'll be covering the first topic of the day.